All right, we are recording. It's Tuesday, May 24th. Summer is here. Can you believe it? Where's the time gone?
I know, it's nuts.
Well, we are lucky enough to have my good friend and coach, Kristina Delgado, on the call. We met, I don't even know how many years ago. It was still the 90s, if I'm not mistaken.
It was probably like 20 years ago or more, which is crazy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it had to be. Yeah, probably I want to say 98-ish, 99.
Yeah.
Um, I was already in college. You were going to be a freshman in college, if I'm not mistaken, during our old cheerleading days. And she's got a lot of golden nuggets for us to hear tonight. And
I hope so.
I know so, because you always bring it. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the call over to her already so we can maximize our time.
Sure. So thank you, first of all, Rolly, for inviting me to be on your call. I think this is the first time I speak to your team, so it's awesome because any friend of Rolly's is a friend of mine. Like he said, we go back so many freaking years. And then we went through a real long stretch of time where, we didn't have any way of communicating. And then, of course, here comes Facebook.
Sure.
And then we started talking again. And I remember it was November day when Rolly reached out to me. And he's like that dream customer, I guess. He's like, hey, yo, I'm ready. Sign me up. Boom. Done. I'm like, yes. It was like, why can't they just all fall from the sky like that, But you guys know, I don't have to say, Rolly's an amazing, amazing guy. He's an amazing coach. He's an amazing friend. I love him to death. And so I feel blessed that he's on this journey with me, and blessed that because he's on this journey with me, I now get to meet you guys, and you're killing it. You're doing so well. And, let's keep it casual tonight since it's just us. I do have a few things that I want to talk to you about. We're going to talk about mindset because it is my obsession right now. I go through 2 periods of the year where mindset becomes like my obsession. It's right now, and then at the end of the year when, things kind of slow down. And we're going to talk about the ups and downs of this business and owning it like a business and becoming unemotional about it. But I love this concept of mindset. I truthfully believe that if you look back at my career as a coach, that I attribute a lot of my success as a Beachbody coach to having a strong mindset. And there's reasons why I have a strong mindset that I want to share with you today. But it really boils down to sticking it out and just keep going, because there's going to be times that are good. There's going to be times that are hard. And it's the ones that get through the hard that can change their life with this opportunity. Trust me on that. I shared with Rolly in a group that he's in, just on rank alone, how many times my rank went up and back down and up and back down and up and back down. But what happens is it goes up and back down, then up and back down, then up and back down, then up, but if I had quit when the first time it came down, none of you would be coaches, right? I would have quit. None of this would have happened. I mean, maybe you would have found Beachbody through something else, but we wouldn't be together. So you have to always, 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 when you're looking at this business, look at it pragmatically, look at it from a big picture perspective, that there's going to be good, there's going to be bad. And when you have a tough mindset, you just keep working right through it. So I found this quote that I wanted to read to you before we started, because I thought it really, I think, just nails it. Like, I could just stop talking after I read this quote, and you'll get why mindset in this business is so important. It says, when you master your mindset, you free yourself to achieve the level of success you desire. When you master your mindset, you are free to achieve the level of success you desire. So, what does that mean? It means that you are going to weather any storm, any obstacle, any failure, any challenge, any struggle that comes your way, and you will just keep going. That's what that means to me. And when you do that, that's when success happens. It's like that little, I don't know if you've seen it, that little image where the guy's like shoveling and then the diamonds are like right there, and then right before he hits the diamonds, he turns around and walks back. That really that happens so much in this business. It happens so much where people are like right there, they're doing it, they hit a rough spot, and then they turn around and they retreat or they quit. And they were just about to have the breakthrough. And breakthroughs do happen in this business. I think Rolly can talk to you about breakthroughs, right? There were plenty of times in Rolly's own business where it was up and back down and up and back down and up and back down. And then guess what? Because he stuck it out, the three of you are on his team. Because if he had quit when the first time it went down, we wouldn't be on this call either. So there's a lot to be said about having that tough mindset, and I'm going to tell you where it comes from, but it is mindset, belief, personal development, and becoming unemotional over the business, I think, are the things I want to talk to you about, because they are up there with your health and fitness journey. They are up there with, inviting people to the business, or probably even more important than that. So, this business is voluntary. It's not like, some people come into the business with a like life or death need for it, right? They've lost their job. They have nothing. This is like their last ditch effort to make an income. But a lot of us come into the business already having an income, right? We have jobs, we have other things. And so this really it's a voluntary gig. I call it it's a voluntary army, right? That we have. Our team is a voluntary army, and everybody has the right and the choice to pack up and quit whenever they want. There has to be an anchor for you to stay, right? That's what makes a difference to those that succeed in that. If you have an anchor, and it's your belief system and your mindset that are the anchor. All right. So where does that come from? Number one, personal development. I said this on a call on Friday, and I don't know where it came from. Like it was like a thought. It was like diarrhea of the mouth. It came out, and I'm like, oh, that's good. I need to remember that. I said, instead of focusing on personal development when times are bad, you need to really focus on personal development when times are good. Why? Because what happens is times are good, right? January through March, everybody's, rolling. People are coming in, hitting Success Hub. Not that it's easy. It's a little bit easier, right? Because people are ready to make commitments to their health and fitness during those times. We're good. People, what do? They stop reading personal development. And what happens? Here comes April and May. Oh my God, it's the rough times of the year. And now, instead of strengthening our minds already with a tough foundation, because we've been reading personal development January through March, we're trying to put a Band-Aid over the problem, right? We're like, oh no, times are rough. Let me start reading personal development. Try to fix myself. Let me try to fix myself now. And you're trying to cover it up. You're trying to cover up the problems and the struggles with a Band-Aid, and you can't. So when times are good, double up on your personal development. That's the time where you want to become unstoppable, because when you strengthen the muscle inside your freaking skull, when times get rough, you're going to have like a shield on, right? Personal development is your shield. It's your anchor to staying strong in this business. So a lot of people will read stuff, to make them feel good or whatever. I want to challenge you to take a good look at yourself and get real and figure out where your weaknesses are. And then read books that strengthen your weaknesses, right? Is it confidence? Is it fear of failure? Is it, you're shy, you don't want to step outside your comfort zone? Is it you don't have vision, you don't have a grand vision, you kind of have a small vision for your life, so you need to unleash a bigger vision for yourself? There's books on that. Is it leadership? Is leadership something that, leadership is a learned skill. Some people are born with it, some people aren't, but can become leaders. And the thing is, if we don't learn how to become leaders, then we don't become them. So if that's your struggle, if you're struggling with maybe leading your team or inspiring other people to take action, then read some leadership books. So look at yourself and say, okay, what am I good at? What do I need work on? And then tailor your personal development to that, right? And of course, always go back to books that make you feel good and all that, because we need that stuff in our life. So that's number one, guys. Don't take personal development for granted. I will never forget my first summit was in June of 2012, and coach, and this was, there was 10 of us there. There was not a lot of people there. It was a small summit, and coach after coach, I sat there in all the breakaway sessions, coach after coach after coach. It was everything that came out of the mouth was personal development. I'm like, okay, there has to be something to that. I wonder why they're saying that, because I don't need personal development to be a lawyer. So why is personal development so important in this business? It all goes back to, this is a voluntary position, and you can walk away whenever. But why walk away from the voluntary position that could absolutely transform your entire existence, from physically to mentally to financially? But when times get rough, a lot of people do. So it's personal development that becomes your shield, and we have to not take that for granted. Number two is your why. Never underestimate the power of knowing why you're doing this. And it's a concept where you really have to take a deep look at yourself and your past and figure out what you want. What do you want? And don't be embarrassed by it. Don't think that every why is, has to look like somebody else's why. And if Kristina says her why is this, so my why should be that too, because she's found success in the business. No, absolutely not. A lot of people are like, well, I want to leave my job. I never wanted to leave my job. So when people would say that, I would be like, good for you. But my why is, I want to pay off my debt. And I had a reason, man. It was crazy how I felt with all that debt, law school, the mortgages, the crash of the economy, like, killed us. We had credit card debt up the wazoo. I mean, this was like a pain. I felt pain when those bills came in, and that became my passion. And I recently started sharing that. But think about what it is for you. What lights you up? Is it a vacation? Is it a nice car? I mean, I don't care. I like nice, fancy things. So when I say I want a Bentley, and I'm going to get a Bentley. I'm not going to get a Bentley. But do you know what I mean? Like, if that's what it is, don't be afraid of it. If that motivates you, then let that be what motivates you. It is your why. It's your business. It's nobody else's business. But figure it out. Figure out what you want, because that's going to help you get up in the morning and make sacrifices. And if you have to get up at 4:30 to work your business and make that sacrifice, then so be it. I remember those days like yesterday. And I swear to God, I say it all the time, I would do it again in a heartbeat to have the result that I'm living right now. And the hope that this business gives, I would do it again in a heartbeat. So number two, have a strong why. Number three, believe in the company, believe in your team, believe in number one. Well, let's start with believe in yourself, right? You got to believe in yourself, because that will project confidence, right? I could see it. I could see people when they post on Facebook that don't believe in themselves. I could see it in their eyes, You guys are great. Stacey, I just saw your post about the face transformation. Amazing. I love it. Ashley, I think you're amazing on social media. But I could literally see when people don't believe in themselves. And that stems from a lot of things. No personal development, no self-growth, having doubt in themselves. Maybe their support system isn't good, and not having the courage to address that. But you got to believe in yourself, because then people will believe in you and they'll trust you, right? Number one. Number two, the company. I mean, probably preaching to the choir, but believe in the products because you use them. Belief in the products and the company comes from the 3 vital behaviors, from being proof the products work. Like, let the products and Shakeology change your life. And in turn, that's going to help you attract people, and inviting will be a little bit easier, right? Number 3 is go to events. So many coach success stories happen because of a Super Saturday, because Summit, because of leadership. So it's an investment in your business. A lot of people cheapen the opportunity because it costs so little to join, right? And so they don't want to invest more than that $140 to go to an event, or more than that $40 sign-up fee into their business. Oh man, I mean, that first Super Saturday changed my life. Then I went to Summit and I was like, brain splatter everywhere. It was like, oh my God. And so, yeah, invest. Just like any other business, you will have to invest in flights, in hotels. Even personal development events are real life changing. Going to a Tony Robbins event, or a Danny Johnson, or whoever does it for you. Like, everybody has their own personal development thing, but get to those things because it will impact you in a way that will then transcend into your business. And then plug in. I mean, you're here again, but teach your coaches to plug in, participate in the team page. Hands down, the most successful coaches on my team are the ones that share a post every day in my team page, that comment every day on my team page, that participate in my threads, that are alive in like our diamond pages, that share content and share stuff to help other people, because they're invested. They're invested. They have energy. They're pumping energy. They're taking energy. So plug in. And when you guys start sponsoring more coaches, that culture of sharing, of participating, it makes a huge, 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 huge difference. And then number 4, the last thing, and then we could talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. But we tend to get very emotional about the business. And I want you to not think that I'm saying don't be unemotional with your team. You should be emotional with your team and celebrate success and connect at deeper levels with your coaches and your customers. That's the emotion that I want you to have. But I want you to be unemotional about the business. Okay? Steve Jobs didn't break down into tears when someone returned an iMac or whatever. Like Steve Jobs didn't turn into a puddle when someone says, I'd rather use Microsoft. And we tend to do that, right? Someone tells us no and we're like, I quit. We need to be tougher than that. You don't walk into Macy's or whatever store that you want and buy everything. You sometimes walk out empty-handed. Beachbody, the 21-Day Fix, Shakeology, Ultimate, whatever it is not for everyone. You love it so much that you get pissed when someone disses it, right? I know I do. But you have to learn how to control your emotions and detach yourself from the outcome of the success of your coaches, detach yourself from the success of your customers, detach yourself. Love them anyway. Correct. Rolly. Absolutely. That's where you show the emotion. But detach yourself from that, that thing that's going to like turn you into a puddle, right? There are ups and downs in our business. And it is not always rainbows and butterflies. There's going to be, like I always say, my first 2 coaches quit. The first bag of Shakeology that I ever sold was returned. Like, I can show you that proof that my 4th paycheck was a negative $29.99. They took money from me on my 4th week as a coach. You will have seasons where, for some reason, 3 returns happen in 1 week, and you're like, what in the world? But then the next week, you'll sell 4 challenge packs. If you stick it out, you'll sell the 4 challenge packs. There's going to be weeks where you get 2 coach cancellations. People didn't even tell you they were quitting, and you're like, but why? What did I do? Or what happened? And then if you stick it out, you'll sign 3 in their place. You know what I'm saying? People will come and they'll go. People will say yes and they will say no. People will succeed and they won't. People will join and quit their challenge. They won't see it through. It is your job to love on them, but it's not your job to make them successful. It is up to them to make them successful. Okay, so that's my spiel. Those are the things that I think get you tough mentally in this business, to see it through, to keep pushing, keep hitting Success Club, keep bringing coaches into the business, always keep bringing coaches into the business. That's what will grow your income. Having a big vision for this. A lot of times especially new coaches will pigeonhole themselves into just the fitness component. That's great, but that's not going to get you to a big why or a big vision that you have. You have to present the business opportunity all the time, right? On a consistent basis, you have to share the business. And I'm not saying money, you don't have to share that. I'm saying share how it's changed your life. And you could write, I swear to God, if I gave you 10 minutes, I'm sure you could fill a page with what you love about Beachbody, and each thing you write could be a post for the next 30 days. I'm sure of that. So think about it. No, it's true.
Yeah, I had them do an assignment about posting at least 30 things that they love about Beachbody.
Look at that. We're brilliant, I swear. I swear we did not talk about that. That's it, guys. Let's go. Let's talk. What do you guys? I'm here.
Back to what Christy was saying about having a tough mindset. Like, for example, after Summit this past year, she can tell you my organization fell apart. Like within 3 days back, and I had to go back from Emerald and build my business back all over again. I mean, it happens.
Yep.
But
I shared with a group that I started, Rolly's in that group. I hit diamond, and I was a diamond for a solid year before I went to 1-star, and then dropped. I think there was a few weeks where I dropped to emerald, and then I had to climb back up. So yeah, that's real life. Every coach goes through that, through the ups and the downs. But you got to just keep pushing, because then look who showed up. Ashley, Stacy, and Linda showed up to the party. If Rolly had given up, then that wouldn't have happened. So it does happen. It's the reality of this business. That's why you have to detach yourself from the emotion of it and just keep working. And find the joy in it. It's so fun. Help people change their life. Like if they want to get fit, help them get fit. Really coach them through it. Be a good coach. Love on them. And the rewards are great. Besides the income, the rewards are very satisfying of this kind of business.
Yep, they are. I remember when I texted you that I got when they took me off my meds.
Mm-hmm.
That day was incredible because I couldn't believe it.
Huge. You need to share that again, by the way. It's been a while.
Yeah, I will. I was thinking about that today. I sprinkled it in my last post.
Stacy, Ashley, Linda, any questions? Talk.
I have like a million questions. Always, Roland will tell you.
Which is good. Oh, man, you're like my favorite.
I don't know what the best one is to ask, but what is your method in planning out like your month and how far, as far as your challenge groups go, and how far in advance do you plan them out? Because I feel like I want to run like 1 million, but obviously that it's impossible to do that and stay on top of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I find myself being like, oh my God, I have to plan something. And because it's already the middle of May, and by the time the package arrives to them, it's the middle of, or the beginning of June. So
yep.
Are you planning out for June and July already? And do you wait to hear the deals?
No, I don't. Okay, number one, I don't wait to hear what the sales are. Second, I look at the calendar and see when it makes sense to start a challenge group. So for instance, let's just take the month of May. So in April, I looked at May and I said, when does it make sense to start a challenge group? Well, in April, I thought, okay, first week of May sounds like a good time, right? Because you have about 21 days or so till you get, you have more days, but at least 21 days before you get to Memorial, right? So I started my Summer Babes started on the first week of May. Then I always tried to at least suggest to my coaches to start 2 challenge groups a month. Why? If the first one takes off and you fill your group and you hit Success Club, then you have more leeway at the end of the month. But if the first one doesn't, I always have a backup plan. And I start one in the end of that particular month, but also, again, looking at the calendar to make sure it makes sense. So in the month of May, when does it not make sense to start a group? The week before Memorial Day, right? Because people are going to be like, well, that's dumb. I'm not going to start. Well, I'm sorry if you started a challenge group then. I apologize if I offended you. But, well, I wouldn't join a challenge group because I know I'm going to be eating and drinking for 4 days straight coming up. So when's the perfect time? Tuesday right after Memorial Day. So you start planning and announcing, 7 days out or 10 days out for the Tuesday after Memorial Day.
Okay.
Right? So that's what I just do. I just look at the calendar and say, when does it make sense? I try to suggest 2 start dates within 1 month to have that cushion of hitting Success Club. And now I'm really getting into the free groups because I really do think that they pay off in the long run. So I think free groups are great either at the very first week of the month or the very last week of the month. Why? If in the first, it gives you room to develop relationships with those people that do well in the free group, and then perhaps move them into a challenge group towards the end of the month, or at the end of the month, start getting your pipeline ready for the following month. So for instance, right now I have my Crockpot group going on. It's towards the end of May. So I'm going to start, Saturday, Sunday next week, start my conversations with the people in my Crockpot group about joining a challenge group in June to secure Success Club. And it's just repeat. So I do clean eating groups. I just did my first Crockpot group. It's going on right now. But I think they are awesome ways of keeping your network alive, of keeping a great pipeline and of conversations going and helping people so that you never dry up and feel like you have to start scrambling in a month to hit Success Club. So, Rolly, do you do a team calendar?
Yeah, we have one.
Yeah, so I'm sure it kind of mirrors what I do, and I'll put suggested date for challenge group start, and I put that in my calendar so that my coaches see that's my thinking. My thinking is start it here. My thinking is start it here.
Okay, great.
And then how do I? This is I think a tag-along to that. How do I announce? So I announce about 10 days out. Announce the group for the first time. Then 2 days after that, I'll basically remind it, Summer Babes or Bikini Babes or whatever challenge group. And then the following day, I do a last call. So I'm post, 2 days post, next day post. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I do 3. Sometimes I'll trick people and do a last call without having ever announced the challenge group. And that creates a sense of urgency. So if you ever find yourself stuck, don't hold back. Just do a last call. They'll think they missed the first call. They don't know unless they start scrambling and looking at all your social media accounts, right? So just do a last call, and that does it gives people a sense of urgency. So I do that too. I do that a lot on Instagram. I hope that helped, Ashley.
You have any questions, Stacy?
Yes. Along those lines, when you were talking about the clean eating groups and the Crockpot groups, I haven't done any of those. I've only done challenge pack groups. How do you move the challengers from a free, participation and move them towards Shakeology or a challenge pack purchase? Like, how does that process happen?
So that's where a lot of behind the scenes work happens. Having conversations while they're in the Crockpot group, just, hey, how's it going? Do you like it? Just having those very casual conversations. If you keep those conversations alive and them engaged in the group, then you could easily say, hey, you did so well in the Crockpot group. I think you got a handle for how I eat and eating healthy. My next group is going to start on such and such. Can I send you a video on the program we'll be doing? And then you can send them the 21 Day Fix video, or, you know, video on Shakeology or whatever. You have to, you know, you gauge the conversation. But if they did well in the Crockpot group and they engaged, just empower them. Like, keep going. You already did 5 days. Let's keep going. Let's keep this, you know, healthy lifestyle alive. Join this group. Now, something I came up with my sister, which we might execute with this Crockpot group, is at the end of the group, asking the group, do you mind if we do a challenge group sneak peek? So keeping the group intact, asking them, you know, we're going to be doing a challenge group sneak peek where we kind of show them how a challenge group would work. And if they don't want to join, they can remove themselves from the group. That's fine. I would think that a lot of people would stay to keep looking at the information that we give, especially because we added so much value in the Crockpot group. We gave them a free meal plan. We did all this stuff for them. So they'll stick around to watch, you know, what the 21 Day Fix is, how we run our challenge groups. And I think that's also an easier way of introducing them to a program and Shakeology. Does that make sense? That's another idea I'm toying with doing. So using the free group, turning it into a challenge group sneak peek, and then going from there with whoever wants to continue.
So Kristina, that's not previewing coaching, that's previewing a program.
Right. I'm not the brilliant one that came up with that. A few of our coaches started doing that this month. Arlene Pino did one. Paulina Nowak did one. Paulina's hit Success Club 14, I think now, based on her challenge group sneak peek. So she promoted, you know, does anyone want to know what a challenge group? Obviously not like that, but, you know, we're going to be hosting a Bikini Babes challenge group. I know Rolly likes the Bikini Babes challenge groups.
Yeah.
You know, in June, if you want to know what it's about and want more information on that group, join this group. And then that group is where they, you know, shared information on the 21 Day Fix, on Shakeology. They answered questions. I think they did like a prize giveaway for those that participated, and they kept it alive like that. And she was able to draw in a lot of business with the challenge group sneak peek. Instead of, that's aside from a coaching sneak peek. So these are just ideas, you know, on how to gain traction and get people moving towards a challenge group. Like Stacy, you have been so successful in just moving people straight into challenge packs. That's phenomenal. Always be aware that because there are peak seasons and low seasons, sometimes you will have to get creative. Always remember that. Sometimes you will have to get creative on finding more people. Sometimes they'll just come. Sometimes you're going to have to find them. And that's why the free groups really play an important role. Add value to them. So even if, let's say, you know, they don't join the group or they don't join with a challenge pack, give them a free meal plan. Like type up a simple meal plan and say, you know, you do this while you save up for your challenge pack, or in the meantime, use this meal plan. When you do that, when they are ready, they will come back to you because you added value to them. Yeah.
Linda, do you have any questions?
I don't think so. I'm just taking it all in.
Soak it.
Ash, I know you got at least 3 more. Come on.
Probably do. So I have so many goals. I'm like a goal setter.
Good.
But I guess one of my goals or what I feel like the key would be for me, because I have my husband signed up as a coach too, is not only getting myself to Success Club 10 every month, but also getting him to Success Club 10 every month. Is that, to me, that seems like that is where the income would immediately go up. Or is that not right?
Yeah.
Or it all depends on who's below you, I guess.
So absolutely, it's great. If you can accomplish that, that would be phenomenal. So just a few things to consider. Some coaches will just get their spouse to Success Club 5 to get the free leads. Now, if you can get them to 10, okay, I could see getting the Shakeology leads in his account, but he has to be an emerald, of course, you know, for that to happen. So you'd have to make him an emerald, and then you'd have to hit success of 10. So not only are you pumping customers into his account, pumping volume into your business, but you're also getting the Shakeology leads and free leads, which if you listen to the call last night, Marsha talked about that.
Yeah.
She built simultaneously both her husband and her to Success Club so that she can get more leads in his account. But always consider this: if you're going on the trips, okay, and you're trying to get dollars to go on the Punta Cana trip or whatever, you know, you have to be careful that you're also hitting in your account to get more dollars. So some coaches will hit 10 in their account and then funnel 5 to the spouse. You know, so, you know, just things to consider. Because sometimes people forget that, you know, they'll put more to get volume into their spouse account, and then, but your account is registered for the Punta Cana trip, and now, you know, you don't want to have to pay any money for the trip, so you want to make sure you're hitting high Success Club numbers there. Does that make sense?
No, it does. Do you think that I should not put anything towards his account?
No, I think it's a great idea. Just the level, just care, you know, I would always hit success of 10 in your account first. I guess if that makes sense. And then funnel into his account. At the same token, if you have customers that want to convert for the discount, then, you know, add to your account, but also add to his account too. I mean, you could potentially be a one-star diamond qualifying coach if you get his account to diamond. So, you know, always consider that. Danny was like my second diamond, I think. I built his account pretty simultaneously with mine.
Okay.
Any other questions? No, that's it.
All right. That was easy. I hope it was helpful, you guys. And of course, feel free to reach out to me if you need anything.
Thank you so much, Christy. I appreciate it.
You are very welcome.
You know how much I love you.
I love you too.
All right, everybody. You guys have a good evening, and I'll post the recording later.
Awesome. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.